Bro, what the fuck?
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah. Ay. I just wanna touch the top. Baby said that she in love and she don't love a lie. I've been chillin' with all the birds, I've been above the fly. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the sun is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle it without the trusting. Yeah, I can see the top, I wanna touch it. Yeah, yeah, we been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let it top, and shorty always get the fussy. Yeah, hey, I like to cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on them. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on them. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on them. Yeah, and I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end. Yeah, to the nice end. Yeah, yeah, to the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, our love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Selling Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to make me zooming, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to make me zooming, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good, and it's the best side.
Welcome back to Ride the Tide Sports Podcast, Season 3, Episode 48. We are back after taking a little bit of a weekend off. Not a whole lot was happening, so we figured it was a good time to do it. Plus, we had some people away at Grand Valley, but we're back Wednesday to hit you with the past week of sports knowledge that you need, and all four of us are here to bring it to you. We got McDilly, we got Luke, we got Tycho, and the Wander. Fellas, how we doing?
Jesse just cracked a cold one, so I think we're all doing pretty good. Good. The first thing we had to take away from the last week of sports are Dylan's NBA All-Star takeaways, along with a lot of stuff that happened in the NBA. So we're going to start it off with the NBA, and while we're starting it off with the NBA, I'm starting off the NBA today with this clip called Fine in the West. And this is a TikTok from Miss_Mixes. So we're going to start it off there, and then Dylan's going to run you through this little.
Who do you look at around the league as you're studying and say, we're going to have to run through them?
Celtics.
No one in the West.
No. I'm fine in the West.
Deal's going to send D'Angelo Russell to the Lakers and Russell Westbrook to the Jazz.
Kyrie Irving going to the Dallas Mavericks.
Kevin Durant is a Phoenix Sun.
Who's the best in the West?
The Denver Nuggets.
I got the Warriors repeating.
I'm fine in the West.
You need to be worried about yourself. You need to be worried about the Grizzlies.
And with that video, we will roll right into the NBA All-Star recap. But before we get into the recap, we have two pieces of news that are NBA before the All-Star game. So, starting off with the Chicago Bulls, they had some good news and some bad news, but they were in the headlines. Starting off with, they announced that Patrick Beverley has been signed. This is his hometown. He is signing with the Chicago Bulls, but also announced a couple days later, Lonzo Ball is officially out for the rest of the year. So, Jesse, We'll start with you.
They knew Lonzo was out for the season when they chose to, sign Patrick Beverley. I feel like. And at the end of the day, I don't know. Pat Bev said it was between the Bulls and the Warriors. And I don't think the world was ready to see Pat Bev and Draymond Green on the same team. So he went to the Bulls. Smart choice on that part.
You can't put Draymond on the same team with Pat Bev. You're going to start jumping motherfuckers. Oh, man. But I think, I'd have to say I agree with everything that you say. It sucks that Lonzo's gone, and I think that this solidified that the Bulls are going to be 500 the rest of the year. Sorry. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Lonzo needs to figure his career out. He is not turning out to be the man he was supposed to be honest.
It's tough, man. But
neither is LaMelo.
I was going to say, LaMelo kind of is in a worse spot right now because if you look around at the help he has absolutely nobody.
Bridges will be back.
Yeah, according to him. I'll be back in April. Well, we'll see, Miles. We'll see. But
Bulls are very mid. They're Kirk Cousins mid.
That's mid. That's as mid as you can get. The next piece of news that we have right before the All-Star break again is Russell Westbrook has officially been bought out and has joined the Los Angeles Clippers. So he is staying in LA after all. And now we have Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Russell Westbrook. Once again, we'll start with you.
That's interesting, but I don't know. Part of me feels like Russ should come off the bench.
Here's my thing, okay?
I don't know if he should be starting.
All right, this is me. I think this works. You want to know why? Because PG and Kawhi are injury prone right now. They're not going to play those three on the court. Probably you'll see maybe 6 games the rest of the year those three are together. I swear to God. You're going to probably get a 2, and a lot of the times you might get a 1. And I think for Russell, that's where he plays better in his career, especially if he's with the 2-man. He can work with PG, and he can work with Kawhi. I think that this is actually better for Russell in terms of they have a good bench, and they have a lot of good role players in LA, right? And I don't mean that in terms of like the Lakers signed a bunch of good role players that were good 5 years ago and they're still big names. No, I mean these are actually talented role players.
Does this make you feel like they have more of a chance than they did?
Yes. I think this helps the Clippers a lot. I don't think this is going to – now, am I looking at the Clippers now? I'm going to say, place your bets now. I know those odds are going to be hot. No, I'm going to tell you that the Clippers are looking at a team that I thought was going to be a buy-in exit, first-round exit. I can see them now going a little further. And honestly, I'm really, really curious to see what happens in their free agency. That's going to be really wild to see. Because I know that not what we see right now is going to remain the same. But going into the All-Star takeaways with that, we're going to start off just real quick with the Rising Stars game. Team Pau defeated Team Yoakum 26-20 in the finals. Jose Alvarado hit a game-winning 3 at the end. Also won Rising Stars MVP. So shout out to him. The only thing I want to say is that format, keep it, do it every year. I watched it. It was actually good.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I was a part of that huge viewer drop that occurred over this All-Star weekend. The only thing that went up in views was the celebrity game.
I watched that and I liked it too.
I think the celebrity game was the best part of the whole weekend besides Mac.
Oh, I think the Miz's half-court shot should have counted. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Miz's half-court shot,
that was nuts.
Ball getting stuck, DK dunking on everyone. That was great. I think that was one of the best.
And then DK getting
Calvin Johnson doing his thing.
Yeah, that was great. Dame won the 3-point contest. Good for Dame. He clutched up and won that. And then I didn't watch the game. The only thing that I watched in terms of that entire thing was the dunk contest. And that was
my boy Mac
this weekend because Mac,
I told you,
in a lot of people's eyes, saved the dunk contest. And
yes.
I agree. I would say that he did. I think that Mac McClung, he just had the best week of his entire life. For those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, this man, Mac McClung, in the past week, got a deal from Puma He went from a G League player to now back to the 76ers in the NBA, and then participated and won the NBA Slam Dunk Contest. Good for
And
Matt.
gained like 1 million followers on Instagram.
He
yeah.
made $100K since he went into the NBA, went out of the NBA, was in the G League. He's only made $106,000. From winning the dunk competition, he made $100,000.
Yep. He doubled what he's currently making just by doing that shit. And you know what, Matt? I think he will be perfectly fine being a bench player. And then every year, sign me up for that shit. Let me get my bonus.
He's always been a dunker since high school. He loves that shit. I wouldn't be surprised.
That was good. But the final thing that I said, kind of referred to it a second ago, is did you watch the game? I didn't watch the game.
I watched the score go up, and then LeBron got injured.
I started watching the game, and then I saw, like you said, LeBron got hurt and turned that bitch right off. So, but the only takeaway that I have from the game is Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, he got MVP, and he scored 55 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and he had 10 threes. You can say about them trying or them not trying, but Jason Tatum is now the first player in NBA history to score 50 points in a playoff game, a regular season game, and an All-Star game. So, good for Jason Tatum.
Lighting it up. He was lighting it up.
And with that, that is the takeaways for the NBA All-Star Game. And just the NBA in general. So, we're going to roll back to the NFL, baby.
Oh, yeah, and you can keep it right on yourself, too.
Okay, you know what? I'm perfectly fine with this. So, the Titans released Taylor Lewan, and I know that he is a 3-time Pro Bowler. I know that he's been on the team for 9 years. But the thing about Taylor is, he's been injury-prone the last 2 years and hasn't really played, and this offensive line the past year was dog shit. Even when he was playing, he wasn't doing anything really to help Derrick Henry, and when you have one of the best running backs in the league, and you have an older player who's aging out, and the only thing that he's really known for right now is his podcast, Bussin' with the Boys, get him out of here. So I have absolutely no problem with Taylor Lewan getting released. He was in a bunch of scandals and shit with Jeffree Star. I know that he was the one who wasn't the guy, but I just don't need that type of shit going to Tennessee, man. We got enough problems right now. We don't need any fucking controversy, rumors, scandals, or anything like that. So see you, Taylor. And then also, we made a second move and took out Robert Woods. Robert Woods is... How old is Robert Woods?
34.
Yeah, exactly. He's not. He's 33, but you were close enough. I'm going to give it to you. And Robert Woods on the downside of his career, and the only wide receiver right now with any high upside right now is fucking Treylon Burks, and then our tight end, Big O. So...
All right, well, there's your Titans fans. There's your Titan update. I think
you're in a rebuild, Dylan.
Give it to you. I don't think.
Dude, I know.
Yeah, welcome to Double Rebuild City. You got two teams.
Dude, we got the best.
The Lions been rebuilding for 60 years, and Dylan's team that he chose as his second team is also now rebuilding. So that's tough. But I got a question for everybody. There's some XFL action that's been going on, taking place. And I got a couple of rules that the XFL has that I don't know if you guys watched the games or not. I watched a little bit of each one. But would you adopt any of these XFL rules into the NFL? So the first one is the tiered PAT. Now, they completely eliminated field goal kicking in the XFL. So basically the rule is you either run or pass from the 2-yard line and you get one extra point. You pass or run from the 5-yard line, you get 2 points. And you run or pass from the 10-yard line, you get 3 points. So technically, if you're down 18 points, it's still a 2-possession game.
We saw this in the first week. There was a team that was down by 11 points, or 14, my bad, and they scored a touchdown. They got the 3. And then they were able to get it back because the other new rules that they have adopted.
Don't you get there yet?
I know I'm not going to say it. I'm not
shut your trap and you just give your spiel and take less than 3 minutes.
I'm not going to spoil it. Let me go. But because the other new rules, it made it possible for them to win the game. And so what the XFL is doing is they're taking people that you may not know and finding ways for you to still watch it and be entertained. So it should not be into the NFL, but it's good for the XFL.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring I don't want to take the field goal out. We see that they're still missable. I feel like it might be easier to get a 2-yard thing than a field goal sometimes. So
all the football players don't even think kickers belong on the team anyways. They're not football players, they're kickers.
But
so then you can just
part of the
completely
sport.
eliminate the kicker and just make it all more football.
I'm not here for eliminating the kicker. I'm giving them their respect.
I agree.
It's like a little hybrid where they keep the 1 point as a kicker, and if you want to go for a 2 and a 3, you can move it back. But I wouldn't say get rid of the kicker.
So just add because they have a 2-point conversion. So you're saying just add like a add a 3-point conversion as an option. Not a bad idea. Yeah. That would definitely have me betting some more overs.
Scoreboards. Oh yeah.
The second one though, what Dylan was trying not to spoil. The option to keep the ball eliminates an onside kick. Instead of an onside kick, it is 4th and 15 from your own 25-yard line, and you have one play to convert the 4th and 15. It is only in the fourth quarter that you can do this. Dylan.
Yes. I think you should make it 4th and 20. I think it should be a thing.
Because who the hell? No one gets onside kicks.
If it's 4th and 20, first off, like Tyler said, if you look up the statistical percentage, I'm pretty sure it's less than 10% in the last 10 years that onside kicks have been recovered. And then on top of it, the excitement that would bring to the game. And that's something that you, as a defense, 4th and 20, you don't deserve the fucking ball, okay? So I think they should make it 4th and 20 and bring that to the NFL. Because it's fourth quarter only, so I like that.
Yeah, I think that needs to be brought into the NFL with a 4th and 20. I agree with the yardage because, man, that can make it spicy.
Especially in playoffs.
Because then it's a double-edged sword because you don't get that, they start on your 25.
You know what? Exactly, yeah.
It's not like there's a kick replacing it. Like, that's where you're down. Turnover on downs.
I mean,
immediately in field goal
2020 and 2021 season, there were a total of 71 onside kicks attempted, and only 3 of them were successful. And that success rate was only 4%, which was the lowest in NFL history.
But I was right.
Onside kicks, I think, are kind of dumb. I think we should get rid of those bitches because you don't get it.
Well, aren't they just constantly creating rules to make it even harder and harder and harder to even fucking do one?
Yes, but they claim
it's to make so the it's literally fucking
just get rid
pointless.
Of it.
It's so fucking pointless. Honestly, I'd say move it back so it's not like an immediate field goal type range. So you still have to kind of work for that field goal range, but at the same time, there's no point in even an onside kick.
I can't agree more with that. Honestly, there's one more rule change that I have for you guys, and it is the kickoffs. So the kickoff rule is teams begin 5 yards apart. The kicking team is at the opponent's 35-yard line, and the return team is at their own 30-yard line. The kicker kicks the ball, and both teams can't move until the receiver catches the ball. Once he catches the ball, everybody can start moving. But this eliminates the players running, 25 miles per hour down the field and absolutely blowing people up. Do you guys think the NFL should adopt this rule?
Yes. I think this is super smart. I don't know why the NFL honestly hasn't done this. And the XFL is super smart for doing this because this literally just eliminates all the injuries that you see of, like you just mentioned, people getting full-on smacked, trucked, full speed. So I 100% think it should be.
I like how it decreases the percentage of people getting injured from those high-speed collisions that can happen. I wouldn't mind it being adopted, but that's one of those things I don't see the NFL touching.
What about the hype of the opening kickoff? Would it diminish some of the hype?
Yeah.
Like some of the hype is like the fact that they run all the way down the field and shit. Like, I mean, honestly, I think the NFL needs to move the kickoff back.
That's what they should do.
Why did they ever do that?
Yeah, I don't think they should
kick it
adopt
far
that.
enough. Come on.
I mean, yeah, it might reduce injury, but at the same time, it's football. A lot of people are honestly going there to see hits. and you're kind of diminishing that whole entertainment value of kind of seeing some big hits. I mean, it's at some point, I mean, I get we're trying to reduce injuries at all costs, but like I don't know. I think I'd rather the normal kickoff than that start.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. All right. Well, the next thing we have is a little bit of Twitter news. So I don't know if you guys saw, but Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown was on Twitter pushing for Jalen Ramsey to come to Detroit, where a little Badger named Micah Parsons had to chime in, and he's been very active on Twitter, as we know. And he had to say that no one is going from LA to Detroit. Do you guys agree with Jalen Ramsey?
Well, no, because it already happened. Michael Brockers, Josh Reynolds, and Jared Goff did, so fuck you.
Yeah, I think Ramsey would be perfectly fine coming over here because the Rams are on the downfall.
And is Detroit becoming a destination?
Yeah.
Are we turning into a destination? Maybe not for every sport right now.
Listen, I think
at least for football.
I think Dan Campbell right now is a destination coach. I think all the shit we've been saying the past year about what players are seeing and they want to play for a coach like that, I think that's legit, bro. I don't know if it's exactly they want to be a part of Detroit. They want to live in Detroit. I think they want to play for a fucking good coach and a good coaching staff. And more importantly, they want to play for an organization that knows they got a shot at winning. You see teams... Sorry, this is going to be a little longer than I wanted it to. You see teams in certain years where you like, next year they have a shot that they could do something. And a lot of people, in my opinion, want to be a part of that team because, you know, they want to make history. So that's my take.
I'll talk about history. That'd be fucking something. Luke, what do you think?
I mean, it'd be good for Detroit. It's just, I mean, a lot of people will look at our past history and it might turn them off a bit, but you know, history it can never just stay the same over a vast majority of time. So things change. Detroit is looking really good. And I don't know, I would like him to come. It'd be nice.
It would be nice. And the last thing of NFL news we have is Daniel Jones. Is Daniel Jones asking for way too much money? Because I think Daniel Jones is asking for way too much money. So Giants quarterback Daniel Jones wants more than New York has offered him, possibly as much as $45 million per year or more, a source told Mike Florio. He also recently switched agents from CAA to Athletes First. Now, Daniel Jones asking for $45 million a year. Let me just put that into perspective, okay? The average amount of money per year for a $45 million quarterback is none other than Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs, who is currently making $45 million per year. The only quarterbacks ahead of him are Deshaun Watson at $46 million with one of the stupidest contracts the NFL's ever seen. Then you have Kyler Murray, the COD quarterback, who we're not even sure really wants to play football, making $46 million a year. And then we have Russell Wilson, probably one of the dumbest contracts in the history of the NFL when it is all said and done, if the Broncos don't do anything there. And then, of course, you have the greedy Aaron Rodgers at $50 million a year. But with that being said, is Daniel Jones better than Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, or Patrick Mahomes?
He is a $25 to $30 million quarterback.
Come on now. We know
because
this.
right
Not
now,
in that bracket.
Right now, where is Daniel Jones? Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Look, let's
6,
talk
7,
about
8,
the facts,
9,
bro.
10, 11, 12,
He got
13,
saved.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. He's ranked 28th among quarterbacks right now getting paid. But let's just think about this for a second. I don't. Dylan, go ahead.
No, he shouldn't be top 20 because look, here's how it is, bro. Daniel Jones is a average or below average QB. He had a great head coach who ran a great offensive system named Brian DeBall that honestly saved his ass. And if this man goes to another team that isn't the Giants, okay, at any point, he's not going to make good money, and he's going to be a ass quarterback. If he stays in New York, he shouldn't get more than $20 million, and he should be staying in that top 20 to bottom 10 fucking paid QB. He's nothing fantastic. He's
what he's gonna end up getting is not 20 mil. He's gonna get the average of either the top 5 or top 10 quarterbacks in the league based on their salaries if they decide they're going to tag him, which is very, very possible because he is a 2023 unrestricted free agent, and he is also eligible for the franchise tag, which is going on right now.
They better. He goes anywhere that is in New York. He's fucking done.
Jesse.
I'd drop his ass. Personally. I let him go. I let him walk. Not even get shit for him. Pick it up in the draft. I don't think Daniel Jones is him. Really don't. I don't think he's the guy to lead your team to the promised land. And that's what you're always looking for. He's asking for way too much money off of one proving year that didn't prove he can go to the top, just proved he can compete and also make a decent amount of mistakes. But hey, that's $46 million, right?
Well, I mean, he really is not worth that much. The only person I'd say is worth that much on that fucking Giants is Saquon motherfucking Barkley, and he might not even be worth it because he's still injury prone as fuck. So that being said, I mean, this guy's a joke.
He's walking
for that. They should honestly drop Jones, trade Barkley to Detroit, go in a massive rebuild because fuck the Giants.
That's one way to go about it. Jesse, the only problem with your theory I have here is that the Giants' first pick in the 2023 draft is the 25th pick.
See, perfect. Trade
That's
Barkley
fine.
or Detroit's pick. Boom.
Shoot your shot on Anthony Richardson.
I was going to say, you'll still have 2 or 3 quarterbacks that you can
get the same guy. You get the same guy.
I don't think Anthony Richardson would have tripped on that run that he tripped on.
Even better guy.
All right, well, Daniel Jones wraps up the NFL questions. So next, we're going to keep it going with questions and get into some Tubbo questions.
Tyler, you're muted.
Am I still muted? All right.
No, you're good now.
Here we go. So, Tycho's Tub of questions. Let's dive right in. I got some interesting ones today. So, the first one. What would you do? You go on a long trip with some friends. At one point in the trip, you're stopping at a gas station, and one of your friends asks if you want something from inside the gas station because he's going in. You say yes, and they return with what you asked for. Do you pay them, or do you let it go and you'll get them back later?
It's very dependent on the level of the friendship.
Oh, it's called the boys exchange. You get some shit for your boys, and then your boys get some shit for you. Especially if it's little money. You don't be harping on the little money.
We're on a road trip. I assume we're tight. So I'm going to hit you with that. I got food, or I got the next stop, or, I got you.
Same method. Dylan, what about you?
If I have money, I'll throw it. If I don't have money, I'm not.
I was like, wait, I'm asking Dylan. Dylan doesn't have money on him.
If I have money, I'm throwing it, but if I don't, no.
Question number 2. All right. You're with your girl one night at her place watching movies on the couch.
I can't relate.
The movie's going good, and you've been getting closer all night. But her phone's been blowing up, and she keeps checking it and laughing and always turns the phone away.
Maybe I can't.
You asked who it is, and she tells you it's a friend from work. What do you do? Do you think nothing of it? Do you investigate? How are you going about it?
What did I do? It wasn't a friend from work.
What do you do?
It was a friend from school, actually.
Dylan. It's a question.
This is a hypothetical.
It's not, though, because it happened.
Dylan.
All right. What do you do?
I got really pissed off.
All right. You don't let it go. Dylan investigates.
I actually asked her continuously who it was, and then when I found out who it was, I confronted him at hockey, and then we got into a big argument, and then I found out like a week later that they started dating, and I got even more pissed off. Hey, fuck you, man, for making this question.
Hey, it's hypothetical. You made it personal. Jesse.
Hey, your situation was a little different, wasn't it? Jeez. It didn't have to go down this
when I got cheated on, asshole.
I'd sit back for that story time. Jesus Christ, Dylan. Sad times, sad times.
Yeah, how would you guys do? I want to know what you guys would do.
I'm not calling Cap. It is what it is. All right, heard that.
Well, I mean, until the person gives you a reason not to trust them, you trust them. I mean, you can't live your life just not trusting people, and then you're just going to end up causing more issues and digging a grave that you shouldn't have digged, and it's going to get you into more shit.
Bang.
Well, Dylan, did you learn something today?
I did. Ty, what would you do?
Well, I'm kind of on the same page. I mean, it's not suspect until it's suspect. So, maybe motherfucker from work's funny as hell. I don't know. We got one more though, and this one's a work-related one.
Yeah, good.
Another thing Dylan doesn't know a lot about.
Yeah, it won't hit home.
You're working a long day at work. You're 5 minutes away from being done with your shift, and the boss calls and says they could use a hand, but it would take you another 2 to 3 hours. However, you don't get paid by the hour. Your salary is set. Are you going to help?
Luke. Start with Luke.
Oh, if my salary's already set, fuck no. Unless I'm getting that OT,
boss man.
Unless I'm getting that OT pay, fuck no. I worked my fucking day.
I'm with Luke though. I second that shit.
Oh, you need me to? Yeah, nah, I gotta get home to my son. He needs me. I can't do that. Nope.
I heard the baby's sick. Oh no, I gotta.
The only way.
I've learned enough in my industry to have this answer.
The only way I could do it is if, and it isn't like some shit where, oh, maybe if I do this now, it will help me in the future. He has to tell me, if you do this for me, I will help you with blah, blah, blah in the future. I need to know that I'm getting something out of this for later.
No, you're not. You're not.
And if I know I'm not doing it.
Yeah, but if you're not told that, you could still use that.
I'm not doing it. 3 hours is a long time.
All right.
If I had
man,
we all say no.
If I'm getting that overtime,
I'm going, dude. I work salary. I had to ask everybody else what y'all would do.
We all said no. He was looking for a yes. We were all
That's
like,
why it's a
nah,
hypothetical.
Man.
Luke was using his reality to it, but I'm making it a hypothetical. You're on a salary. Luke works an hourly job. He compared it to his hourly job. This would be a different scenario.
Right, and
I don't have an hourly job.
And the reason why I'm saying no is because I'm already paid.
I get it. No, a no's a no. I'm just saying. But those are Tycho's Tubba questions. We have a six-pack coverage ad, and then we'll be right back. What's going on, guys? Tycho here, taking a quick break in the action to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. You can go on there and check out all your favorite sports, finance, food and travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts. They've got it all on there, as well as content from all of your favorite colleges, with more on the way and more added every day. So make sure you check that out, as well as the merchandise tab. Be sure to get all of your six-pack coverage gear at the merch tab there with the hats, flags, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys check it out today, sixpackcoverage.com. All right, let's get into some NHL action, huh? We got Ryan O'Reilly getting traded from the St. Louis Blues to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Luke, reaction time.
My reaction is just Patrick Kane watching from a window in the back, all locked in a room, all mad and shit, because now two of the top teams he could have got traded to are now off the fucking board because they filled gaps. And you know, I mean, this is good for Toronto, but I mean, O'Reilly just walked himself into a constant first-round Game 7 exit.
What in the world was that?
I was gonna ask. I don't know. Jesse?
Oh, no one knows what that was?
It was Jesse played a video.
It wasn't supposed to go down like that. It appeared out of nowhere. I was just trying to look up Ryan stats and
get a
consensus.
You just made the list!
Oh, man. Sorry to everyone. I usually don't have headphones. That was probably worse than usual.
Ryan, well, we can say the same thing for Ryan O'Reilly because he made the list of a first-round Game 7 exit.
Hey,
tough cookies, but he did.
I didn't even know the Blues were rebuilding until two of their top 3 players.
Oh, Dylan, read a book.
Two of the top 3 players got traded in the last week, and I was like, shit, there goes St. Louis.
I mean, they've been mediocre at best the last few years.
And then this one's even more interesting.
Yeah, this one's wild.
This one's like, what the hell's going on? But it's kind of like when the Red Wings traded Datsuk's contract. Shea Weber was dealt. Yeah, Shea Weber. He was dealt.
Guess where?
Dealt to good old Arizona, baby.
Give us them dead contracts.
Oh, yeah. So Arizona is eating up the dead contract, making sure that, they can file that money away, get that new arena bumping. But this trade, let me read it off for you. It was a little interesting. So Vegas traded away the contract of Shea Weber and a 2023 fifth-round pick in order for Dyson Mayo to head to Vegas. So you know what? At the all in all end of this, good for Dyson.
Vegas got some mayo.
Vegas needed a little mayo.
That's what's important.
And that's what happened here.
Mayo, that sucks.
So Luke's pissed.
Mayo was sweet to have on the team.
Let's get some Luke thoughts here on Arizona.
Sucks, but Arizona's still very deep in their rebuild. Damn near kind of like the Detroit Lions in an aspect. But, shit's going to end soon. We're going to get a new arena. It's going to be beautiful, and Mayo's going to be missing out and playing from the visiting side when he comes.
Absolutely tough cookies. Luke is talking shit. All right, you love to see it.
Mayo. Get fucked.
Next up, we got some picks for you. We'll keep it with the puck, and then we'll move it into some downtown cash. Oh, wait, we don't have those because there's no lines for games. Dylan, are there?
We have 3 games.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, we're ready. Picks coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Ride the Tide Sports Podcast Picks of the Day.
All right. Give it to us, Luke. Let's hear it.
For game number 1, it's happening Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We have the Edmonton Oilers going to Pittsburgh to play the Penguins. Oilers are 17-8-3 on the road. Pittsburgh is 15-8-4 at home.
We'll start with Jesse.
I'm really liking Edmonton whenever we do picks, and I'm not going to stray today. I'm taking the Oilers.
Yeah, I'm always against Pittsburgh when we do these picks, so I'm not going to stray away either. I'm going to take Edmonton.
All right, fair enough as well. Well, it might be a sweep, maybe not, but we'll find out. I'm taking Edmonton as well. I can't take Pittsburgh. No, I can't do it. The Wings are on a run. Pittsburgh, you're in the way. Edmonton, you're less in the way. So Pittsburgh's got to lose.
Honestly, the Caps are more in the way now because Pittsburgh seemed to figure it out a little bit.
We just beat them too.
And Pittsburgh loves to play good at home. Oilers are also good on the road, but I'm a trust in the team that decided to wake up after break. I'm picking the Pens.
All right, game number 2.
Heard. Bring it.
Game number 2 is Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have the Colorado Avalanche going to Winnipeg to play the Jets. Avalanche are 17-10-1 on the road, and the Jets are 28-0 at home.
28-0 or 28-0.
28-0. 20 wins, 8 losses, 0 overtime losses. I don't know what you heard.
It did totally sound like 28 now.
I was like, yeah. 28 wins, 0 losses. Holy shit, you guys are good.
I was like, since when?
Even I was tripping for a second. I was like, no one was talking about this. All right, Dylan, what do you got?
I'm still going to take Winnipeg, though. I don't know what it is. I know Avalanche just won the Cup last year, but I don't know. I like the Jets at home. I'm going to take Winnipeg.
This one's hot, especially since the Jets and the Islanders are playing tonight. But I'm gonna take another away dog. I'm actually gonna take the Avalanche to win this game. I don't know why, but I am.
Because they're good at hockey. That's why.
Well, look,
So the Jets.
I got the Islanders beating the Jets tonight. So Winnipeg's gonna come around, turn it on at home, and they're gonna show up for their fans and beat the Colorado Avalanche and be 21-8-0 and lead no confusion when those words are uttered. Okay.
You know, the Avs have been struggling a bit at home, but they're still kind of figuring out. On the road, they have it pieced together. You could say the same for the Jets at home. But, you know, I'm using the same logic as I did with the Pens. You got to trust the teams. They're decided to figure it out after the break because teams make big turnarounds at that point. I'm going with the Avs.
Nuts and bolts.
For game number 3, Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, we have the bottom league battles, baby. We have the Chicago Blackhawks going to San Jose to play the Sharks.
This is a bottom feeder.
They both suck.
Yeah, they do.
God.
They both suck.
I should probably mention that the Hawks are 17-16-2 on the road, and the Sharks are 6-14-7 at home.
Oh,
home dogs.
That's gross.
Okay. They're both gross. I don't care. Why you do this? Why you bring these guys in this?
I'm looking at the Stars and Vegas right. You know, this game's happening too.
Hey, you don't remember the bottom of the barrel pick? The new thing.
It's not called the bottom league battles for fucking the top tier teams.
Come on, Dylan. Who do you got?
San Jose. I don't know.
All right.
Chicago.
I'm riding the Blackhawks. Got to do it. Patrick Kane, he's pissed. They win.
Yes, sir. I'm on the Hawks, too. Patrick Kane is playing kind of lights out the past few games. Ever since this whole trade controversy has been in the mix, he's losing out on teams to trade for him. He's trying to show he's still worthy. He's trying to prove that his little injury in the previous couple years has not really all to bother him. I'm going with the Hawks. Kane's probably going to score a goal, too. Possibly, too.
And those are the puck luck picks, excuse me.
And now it is time to switch into basketball for the Downtown Cash Picks. Game number 1, Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. Cleveland Cavaliers at home to the Denver Nuggets. The line right now is Cleveland -2. Where do we want to start? Who wants it?
Give me Cavs -2.
Man, give me Denver. Money line. Schluck. Sir.
Cleveland.
All right. Dylan.
I am going to side with Tyler here and take Denver money line.
All right.
Jokic on the road.
Split there. Game number 2.
Game number 2 is Friday at 10 o'clock p.m. The spread right now is Clippers -6. And it is the Clippers at home, 15-13, against the Kings on the road, who are 15-13 on the road. Jesse, we'll just roll back to you.
I'm going to take the Kings money line to spoil Russell Westbrook's debut with him.
Luke, what do you got? Sack or lack?
Well,
Will you
Who's
be
the home
sacking
team?
or will you be lacking?
Clippers are
Clippers.
15-13 at home, and they're home, and the Kings are 15-13 on the road, and they're away.
Well, Sac is on a 1-game losing streak, and the Clippers are on a 2-game losing streak. Give me the Sac.
Sack it up. Well, I'm going to take the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm going to take the Russell Westbrook. Hey, I'm still in LA. Thanks for getting me off the Lakers train is what I'm going to ride. So I'm going to ride the Clippers out in this one.
I'm going to assume that's the money line, Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Not going to get the most money from it, but Clippers money line is where I'm looking right now. I think it's going to be a close game, and they're going to pull it away. So there's another split there. Damn, same shit too. Me and Ty. Okay. Final game. Just hit it with the very next day. Saturday. 8:30 on ABC. One game out the line. We have the 76ers at home, 23-8 at home, against the Boston Celtics, who are 18-10 on the road. And Jesse.
I think I'm going to be taking the Celtics in this game. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, all right.
Hammer Boston.
Well,
I need you to I need you to do something so we don't split this whole fucking thing.
Do I bet with my head or my heart?
I'm gonna start.
That is your gut. Neither your gut.
My gut tells me everyone's playing.
Everyone's playing right now. I'm going into wait. I'm going into it.
I'm gonna look. Dylan,
everyone's playing. There is no injured players.
Lacking.
Jesse, can you double check?
It says injury report.
Please
no
let me know.
Players.
Back to cap.
No, it's at 50-50 right now. They got no injuries.
All right. I'm taking Philly. I'm sorry.
We are splitting the board. I have Philly as well. So it is Dylan and Tyler versus.
Someone's having a good time
right now.
Someone's not.
Hey, that's all I got to say. Shit, I want to change my answer. After new records have been shown, the Celtics have mopped the 76ers the last 2 times they've played. Philly has to get themselves one. But we're keeping Boston.
All right.
Hammer Boston.
Those are the picks. All right, well, we got a little bit left for you on this podcast, and that is some MLB with McDilly. And before that, here you go.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tail your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharp securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
All right, so I am an excited man because we are officially 2 days away from spring training starting, which means we are officially 2 weeks away from the World Baseball Classic, which means we are
gone forever, Aaron Hernandez.
We are officially back into baseball, which is what I love to see. So, with that being said, let's get into this little sprinkle of news. First thing we have is the Brewers signing Luke Voit to a minor league deal. The reason why this is even being talked about is because he's not going to be in the minors for very long. Luke Voit, who made his last appearance on this podcast when we talked about the trade between the Nationals and the San Diego Padres, and the only man who pretty much got fucked in this whole situation was Luke Voit and Eric Hosmer, and Luke Voit got the worst of it going to the Nationals. Well, now Luke Voit is officially signed to the Milwaukee Brewers, and there is a little pop in Milwaukee with him. Second piece of news that we have is Clayton Kershaw announced that he will no longer be participating in the World Baseball Classic. He did not specifically say what the reasons were, but he said that he is 100% healthy and that he was just disappointed that things did not work out the way it wanted it to. When it comes to that, he was going to be one of the best pitchers on Team USA, but Clayton Kershaw is one of the older bucks. I think that letting one of these newer young guys come in for Team USA isn't going to be that big of a problem. Two more things. We have Manny Machado, who has opted out of his Padres contract after 2023, has made headlines, pretty big headlines actually, because it shows that the Padres are now in a pretty much win-now situation. They're going to stack their team. They're going to go win a World Series this year, and then after that, the way that 3 players' contracts were going to end, and now one of them is opted out of it, they're going to be losing some key pieces. So this is going to be big for San Diego. Jesse, I see now that you're joining me, so do you have anything to say about this piece of news?
The Padres ain't going to get a World Series, so it is what it is.
I had to bring Jesse in. I knew Jesse would say something.
Yeah, honestly, they're
not winning the World Series. So,
and then,
what moves do you make if they don't come out to a ring on the fingers of your players? None.
Yeah,
unless you're the Lions, we're making progress, baby.
I don't think
Wrong sport don't care.
Final piece of news that we have is Jason Kipnis officially announces his retirement, most notable as a Cleveland Indian. Before they became the Guardians, he was a part of that 2017 World Series team. Then he went over to Chicago, and no one really gave a shit about him. But Jason Kipnis has officially announced his retirement from the MLB.
You won a World Series.
And Jesse, since you're in, I'm just going to ask you right now. Obviously, next week we're going to get into who you think's going to win the World Baseball Classic. We'll do all that shit. You know what I mean? But I do want to ask you right now. Are you excited for spring training? Are you excited that baseball season's come? We're 2 days away, and we're back into it. I feel like it was pretty quick. I know I'm excited, but I want to know how you're feeling. I'm excited,
but at the same time, spring training, that's talking about practice. And you know how I feel about practice.
Yeah, I understand. You can't. Can you bet on spring training? I don't know that. See, so that would be, yeah, I understand.
The amount of 7+ strikeouts I will be doing for the first day of baseball will be outlandish.
You can bet on spring training.
Okay.
Oh, it changes the game.
See, okay, wait a minute now, Jack.
It's not just practice.
See?
It's not just practice.
You can bet on spring training.
It's not just practice.
Come on now.
Don't get it twisted. You can definitely bet on spring.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guy in the box office. I appreciate you.
So, how are we feeling now?
I'm hot.
We're ready.
Now that changes things.
That's beautiful, and we love to see it. I have nothing else to add. You got anything else you want to add, Jesse, before we close it out?
I got something to add. I got a hot take because the Arizona Diamondbacks are making playoffs this year, baby.
Oh, my God. Outlandish behavior.
Knew it was coming. Not act surprised now.
No, I don't think I have anything to add. No, I'm playing out.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. If you missed the podcast or you want to see some other podcasts, you can head over to Ride the Tide 586 on Twitter or on Instagram. If you want to go to YouTube and check it out, that's at Ride the Tide Sports Podcast or Six Pack Coverage. They have our podcast there as well. You can also head over to sixpackcoverage.com if you want to see any other podcasts that they have going on, or if you want to get any merchandise, you can head over there as well. Don't forget about Twitch, also at Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. We are there as well. The next time that we should be talking to you great people will be this weekend, where we're hitting you with some more UFC, NHL, fucking NBA, and whatever else we have to offer. Thank you all for watching. We will see you this weekend. Have a great week. I fucked it. Peace.